All right, are you all ready?
We're ready, Judge.
All right, Armando Garcia. All right, are you all proceeding on the motion to revoke?
Yes, Judge.
All right, court is calling 2022 CR 5698, State of Texas versus Armando Garcia. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Andrew Harris Edelman.
Michael DeLeon for Mr. Garcia.
And are you Mr. Garcia?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Abrams, do you have the original motion to revoke on Mr. Garcia? I only have the first amendment. All right, Mr. Garcia, did you review the document entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision and First Amendment Motion to Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Armando Garcia who's placed on community supervision in 2022 CR 5698 for the offense of felon in possession of a firearm on September 23rd, 2022 for a term of 2 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 2, the court could find it true, grant the motion, sentence you to 2 years in the prison?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing, and up to a $500 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 2?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 2 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
I think we have an agreement for 2 years, Your Honor, revocation, and we'd like him to get any credit he had previously gotten in custody and or in ISF.
All right, and if I could have a trial court certification? So, Mr. Garcia, are you asking the court to follow the agreement and revoke you and sentence you to 2 years in the prison?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court will find violation of condition number 2 true. Court will revoke, sentence you to 2 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's a $500 fine. Time and money will run concurrently. And counsel, you said other credit you were requesting?
He
I did
He was in-
lifetime and I
Oh,
said,
wait, so here's the thing. Can't have you all talking over each other. Court reporter is trying to hear. You understand? All right, Mr. DeLeon.
he did some lifetime recovery, Your Honor, and ISF, I believe, along with being in custody for the past several months.
All right, so here's my question. Lifetime recovery, was that inpatient?
yes,
Probation was lifetime recovery inpatient? And did he successfully complete that? And then ISF, was that completed? All right, any objection state to him receiving credit for lifetime recovery?
no, Your Honor.
All right, then I'll give you credit for any time completed in ISF and lifetime recovery. All right, is there anything else with regards to sentencing?
We're gonna figure out how much jail time he has.
All right.
Correct, Your Honor?
All right, now with regards to his other case.
Yes, we needed a trial setting for that, Your Honor.
All right, and on this case, how long do y'all expect the jury trial to last?
It's relatively short, 2 or 3 days.
All right.
3 days.
All right, Ms. Ferguson. Need a 2-day jury trial, criminal trial division. All right, December 10th.
There it is.
All
Thank
right,
you, Judge.
thank you.
Excuse me, I got a question.
Yes,
The time I'm waiting on for till December, is all that counting on these 2 years too?
yes,
Okay. Thank you.
thank you. You're welcome.
All right, December 10th.
Oh, and I'm sorry, Mr. DeLeon,
Yes, Judge.
on the case that you're going to trial on, was a discovery acknowledgement completed?
Mr. Garahan won't give me all the discovery, Judge, but I'll ask him again.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Johnny Trevino. All right, so where are we on this case?
State conveyed an offer today, Judge. And all the discoveries been turned over. Just requesting the court if we can get a plea deadline date.
Okay. All right, your plea deadline date is going to be October 31st. All right, we'll see you back then. On that date, you need to let the court know whether or not you reached an agreement, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, Trevino is October 31st plea deadline date.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. All right, Castellana. All right, could I see the file on Genevieve Castellana, please? All right. Your attorney is unable to be here today for medical issues, so we're going to recall you back for October 31st. Do you have any questions? All right, we'll bring you back then, okay? And Castaneda is coming back on the 31st. Randy Folsom. All right, come down, Mr. Folsom. Yeah. Hello, have you had any contact with your attorney?
Your Honor, I haven't spoke to him, since, I've been locked up.
Well, you haven't seen him?
I haven't seen him. The thing was, is I went upstairs to the courthouse over there at the Bear County. And, there was a monitor that was wiggling off and on
Mhm.
and stuff. And then it blanked out, then it came back on, then all of a sudden the officer escorted me out. And that was it.
All right,
I
just
mean-
have a seat.
Oh,
Just have a seat.
sorry that I look like I do. This.
Oh, no problem.
Well, it's been
You're coming
6
from
months.
custody. I understand. You're welcome. Oh, sure. Oh, yes. Oh, and I don't even do TikTok. Hi, how's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm going okay. What's
Good.
going on?
I have a PR bond that went to pre-indictment court, but it's already been indicted in your court.
Mm.
I want to know if you can take a look at it right now.
Sure. Okay, thank you.
He has a place to go.
Mhm.
He doesn't engage in drug use, nothing like that. So I was wondering if you can take a look at it for me. please.
Sure, we'll take care of it today. Just one moment. All right. So the gentleman you see there with the eyeglasses, Jason Gareham?
Okay. Uh,
Yes.
okay.
If you'll see if they have any objections to that, either one of the attorneys at that table, Jason or Tony. Jason, Tony, if you guys could raise your hand. And I'll take yours up in just a moment. I'm trying to take care of her matter first. No problem. So how's it been going? Oh, that's good. We're gonna get it done before you leave here. All right, Montez. Jason Montez. Hello.
Hello. Good.
Yes.
Mr. Montes we had a competency hearing last week and Judge Carruthers, he was found to be competent. So he's back here. We're looking at his two files. We were not able to make an agreement. It's pretty steep proposals in this case. I think I'm going to have to take a closer look at some of the evidence that I already have, and we would request time for me to do that, as it looks like we're going to have to further prepare for a trial. I want to make sure I have all my motions into.
All right. So let me just see something.
So we're not taking no deal, right?
It's taking a while for things to load up in the system.
Oh, that's fine. I understand.
So anyway, he's supposed to be back here, not today. He's supposed to be back here on October 31st because there was a doctor's report on something other that we were waiting.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know that you had referred him to the mental health care court, and they couldn't really do much with him, Your Honor, because he had this ongoing competency thing pending, so no action was really taken about that. So, but maybe, yeah, I'd like more of that if we can get it.
All right, so I believe the doctor's report, from what I'm seeing in the notes, was with regards to his competency questions.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
do you have the results of the competency?
I do.
And has Judge Carruthers heard that and declared him competent?
Yes, he has, and I've shared those findings with counsel.
So then, let me see. I can have him come back on November 12th. How old are you?
25.
All right, so we're gonna come back on November 12th just to make sure that you have all your discovery. On November 12th, I'm gonna expect an acknowledgement of discovery to be signed.
All right.
And then maybe you all can continue to negotiate if parties think that will be helpful. If not, then we will see where we are.
I don't think that it would hurt, Your Honor.
All right. So we'll come back on November 12th and I'll put that down as discovery, but you all can continue negotiations.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Judge. Can I be excused?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Who's here on Kimberly Villanueva? That's really good right here. That's Vashon's brain. Court is calling 2024 CR 009591, State of Texas versus Kimberly Villanueva. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Andrew Harris Edelman.
For the defense?
Danielle Cranberg?
And are you Miss Villanueva?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, off the record for a moment. All right, we're back on the record. Counsel, have you received all of the discovery?
I have, Your Honor.
And did you review it with your client?
I did, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. All right, off the record. Excuse me, Mr. Folsom. Mr. Folsom, you're talking too loud. We're on the record. That's okay. All right, and it'd probably be best that you have a seat. All right, we're back on the record. You're charged with the offense of theft of property less than $2,500, 2 or more previous convictions. That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, punishment is be assessed at 2 years in the state jail facility. The state recommends community supervision. They're taking in consideration AL 218112. Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 3 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation, 100 hours community service restitution, no contact with Walmarts in Bear County, and Andrea Macedo, Macedo, the MRT, and the anti-theft course. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state, and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your
All right, anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Honor. We would ask for the court to follow the agreement. She is willing to do the probation. She is not currently employed, but she's seeking employment. She does have call center experience. She's hoping to get another work from home job at a call center and to help take care of her father, who is currently sick.
All right. So I have a question for you. You say you're taking care of your father, is that correct?
Not really. He's actually has cancer, so he's dying of cancer already.
I'm sorry, what?
He's dying of cancer. He has stage 4 liver cancer.
All right, so my question is, are you taking care of
No,
him?
ma'am.
That was a misstatement on my part, Judge. I guess I mean to spend time with him while she can.
All right. So here's the other question. When's the last time you had employment?
Last year at Speedy's Exchange. With Speedy Exchange, yes.
Doing what?
Call center, telephone representative.
All right, why do you continue to steal?
Because I haven't been able to get a job due to my
No.
felonies, my history. But I'm still seeking for employment, ma'am.
No, this is not the first time you're stealing. I'm trying to figure out your go-to is stealing. What if everybody who didn't have a job decided to steal? So you have prior theft cases, and they were all state jail felonies. So why do you continue to steal? And according to this, you've been stealing since 2014, and you just want to stop stealing. So you're stealing and you're using drugs. Why is this?
Well, the past, yes, my last ones, yes, ma'am. I was an addict. I'm no longer using. I've been sober for quite a couple of years already. I did have a fallback to say that one time with this recent case that I have. But I haven't picked up a charge since 2013 for theft. I've been
No,
I've been-
not since 2013, because you have this and this is from 2023.
right. That was the most recent one, yes, ma'am.
So
But
why do you
prior-
keep stealing? It's still not answering my question. I don't understand.
I was going through some personal issues at the moment with my kids.
With what?
With my kids being taken away.
Okay,
So I went to what I knew best.
but your children, were they taken away because you were using drugs?
No, ma'am, for allegations.
What allegations?
Of using drugs and basically.
All right, for using drugs. So when were they taken away from you? And who are they staying with?
They're they've been adopted.
All right, so your rights were terminated. So here's my question. And you know yourself better than I know you, better than your attorney knows you. Do you really think you're going to do well at this probation? Because you had a choice to do what you needed to do and have custody of your children, and you chose to commit thefts and continue to use.
Yes, ma'am, because I didn't have to get my children back, but,
I'm sorry, what?
yes, I do, I feel like the probation was me right, I will, do my complete probation, I completed probation before, successfully. Again, I had a tip, you know, I'm trying to go back to that lifestyle, I'm just trying to do right, but times are hard.
And if you're drug tested today, and you will be, what is the results going to be? Tell the truth.
I'll be, about marijuana.
And what else?
Marijuana.
So you're telling me when you're drug tested today, you're only going to be positive for marijuana? So if I send you across the hallway to get drug tested, I mean, that can happen today. And you're saying it's just going to be marijuana. All right. We can have a drug test done. Is there anything you want to say before I send you to go do your drug test? All right, so I'm going to find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. We're going to recall this for tomorrow. She's going to do a drug test today.
You can tell her that.
I'm sorry, not tomorrow. We're going to, is there something she wants to say?
There is, Your Honor.
Oh, what would you wish to say to the court?
Yes, I get positive for the,
I'm sorry, what?
I'm putting on my 10 positive for the drug advance.
And what would that be? All right, so why are you playing games with me? Well, no, that means you were dishonest with the court. I asked you, what would you be positive for? You said marijuana, nothing else. I told you I could send you right across the hallway to get drug tested, and you said, please do. You know, send me. I'm not going to be positive for anything else. So now you're telling me it's going to be meth. When's the last time you used meth? All right. And what else? All right. And who are you living with?
Currently, with my grandmother.
And how many children does she have living with her other than you?
No,
So if probation goes out there at that house, you're going to tell me that there are not going to be any minors at that house. So who all is in the house?
so it's just myself and my husband.
I'm sorry, who?
Myself and my husband.
At your grandmother's house.
My grandmother's deceased. She she's passed away last year in December, but it's her house. We were staying there at her house. It's her property.
So I'm confused. She said she's living with her grandmother.
No, she's living at her grandmother's house.
No, beforehand, she's like, I'm living with my grandmother. So now she's staying at her grandmother's house. And it's just her and her husband at her grandmother's house.
Yeah, I guess I missed the part where she said she was staying with her grandmother.
Okay.
I didn't hear that part. I just heard grandmother's house. But
So it's just you and your husband at your grandmother's house. And there are no children at that location. And how often is he using?
I think it isn't you.
Okay, usually when people use, the people they're with usually use.
It's kind of like things that he doesn't do, but he's not. He doesn't do.
All right, I'm gonna place you on probation, but I'm telling you right now, probation is gonna make visits at that location. Do you understand? All right. Court is gonna sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility, suspended and probated for 4 years. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. There's going to be a TAP evaluation, follow all TAP recommendations. There's to be proof of employment within 45 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be no contact with Walmarts, and that means any Walmart. The MRT, CATS 1 and CATS 2. Field visits 1 time per month for 6 months. We can do a referral to felony drug court. You need to make sure you make all of those appointments to felony drug court. There's to be 100 hours of community service restitution and 120 sober meetings in 120 days. Probation, is there anything else she needs? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? All right, good luck to you in this court to be successful on probation. Communication is key, okay? All right, good luck. Well, hi, it's always good seeing you guys.
Nice to meet you.
Oh,
I'm
thank
Stephanie.
you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Stephanie too.
Oh, well, yeah. there you
Oh.
go. But I'm shorter, so Steffi.
Steffi, okay.
Mhm.
All right, well, good seeing you guys. Thank you for coming over so quickly. And they're already here and they're speaking to him now. Okay, thank you guys so much. Have a great one. Hi, do you have the PR bond?
Okay.
Hi.
Hi, Judge.
All right, State, did you all have an objection to the PR bond?
Did, Your Honor.
And what is the objection?
We object based on his criminal history. And then we were looking at one of his prior cases where he was out on a PR bond and then had that revoked.
All right, so legally, there has to be more than just the criminal history to deny the PR bond. If you all want, I can add GPS.
Stay with us for that, please.
All right. So,
We can do full house, Judge. I don't care full house.
okay, all right, awesome. And I'll waive the fees. All right, and then we'll make sure, let me go and see when he's set on the docket here.
So Judge, if you don't mind me asking you a question.
Sure.
So I be on TikTok and you be on court cam, you know? So
Yeah.
when you tell defendants and you sentence defendants, how come you add the condition of not being able to work at a healthcare facility or engaging with elders?
Oh, because to me, that's a vulnerable population.
Uh,
And I always ask people, honestly, if you had somebody who maybe they're in a nursing home, maybe they have dementia, maybe they have some sort of physical disability,
Mhm.
would you want someone caring for them who, is recovering, not in their sobriety or committed an aggravated robbery? I once had someone who stole a person they was caring for. They stole items out of their home. They stole the Jesus necklace that was an image of Jesus. They stole it. You would have thought that would have given somebody pause. So then they come back and the agreement is for them to have probation.
Okay.
And I said, they're not to have a job as a home healthcare provider. You know what they told me? But I just got a job as a home healthcare provider. So honestly, I don't know if all home healthcare providers are doing background checks on anyone.
Right.
And then when you think about it, if you have someone who's charged with injury to a child, do you really want them working at a daycare? So that's why I do it, because from what my experience being a defense attorney and a prosecutor, usually home healthcare providers, they're not doing background checks. And for me, taking care of children, being a home healthcare provider, you sort of have to have a calling to do that, because when you think about it, it's a lot of work and you got to have a lot of connections. And I just think that to protect the community, people who have felony convictions shouldn't be home healthcare providers, especially when they haven't even completed probation and they're just starting. Sometimes, I can change that, but they have to show me something. So that's why. All right, so I'm trying to see if he has a setting. Let me go back. All right, it says it's setting. Norma, can you make sure that he has a setting? Because there's not one listed for him. If you can make sure she has a setting. I mean, that he has a setting, and then we'll take care of it. All right, you've been studying there. Is there something? What is it?
Moses.
Moses Martinez.
We're just gonna talk about recent.
Okay, come forward. Hello. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Thank you.
All right, so, I'm sorry?
It's your voice, so it's all respect.
Oh, now, you know what I always tell everybody? There is a standard of dress for people when they come to court, and people have forgotten that. But no, I do appreciate the way you're dressed. All right. So on this one, discovery, do y'all have discovery?
Yes, sir.
I believe I do. If what's in the file is uploaded at all, then I do.
All right. And state, were you able to tender an offer or no?
Yes, sir.
All right.
The offer might improve if he talks to the victim.
Okay. And sir, how old are you?
I'm 67.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this for a plea deadline date on November 21st. Is that enough time, state?
If so, Your Honor.
Okay.
So, a month.
All right. Is there anything else?
I think it's-
Nothing in the state, Your Honor.
All right. Once you sign the reset form, you'll be excused.
Okay.
All right.
God
Thank
bless
you.
you.
Just, oh, thank you. God bless you too. Just have a seat and the coordinator will give you your reset. Have you gotten your? Okay. And Christopher Gonzalez? All right, just have a seat. We're going to figure out where your attorney is.
This is the attorney.
Ah, come up, Christopher Gonzalez. So my understanding, last time we were here, an offer was tendered. Has anything changed?
No,
All right,
I
so,
mean, the offer slightly changed, but he still rejects the offer. He
all
wants to
right, you want a jury trial?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, how long do y'all expect this trial to last? All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a jury trial date, 2 days, criminal trial division. All right, they're gonna bring you over dressed for trial in whatever clothing you have at the jail. If you wish to be attired in something different, you'll need to do a clothing exchange with your attorney. Counsel, if there's an issue with the clothing exchange, let the court know. We'll see if we can expedite that.
Yes.
All right, is there anything else?
Yes, Your Honor. I don't have any clothes. When I was brought to the county jail, I came from the hospital, so I had no clothes.
All right, so what we'll do, your attorney has approval, of course, to buy you clothing, and it'll be brought to you at the jail.
Okay.
But you're gonna need to sign a clothing exchange.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, your attorney will explain it to you. It's a form they give you at the jail. You just request it, say you need to sign for a clothing exchange.
Okay.
And since you have no clothes to exchange, which is what you're telling me, it'll just be him delivering clothing to you.
Okay.
All right?
Okay. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Have a great day.
Thank you.
All right. Randy Folsom. Hello.
How you doing?
All right, so you've had a chance to meet with attorneys from Managed to Sign Counsel?
Yes.
All right, so I was informed that your attorney is actually in a jury trial in Comal County. I was just informed of that this afternoon.
Mhm.
So I don't know if you all have received discovery or he has received discovery. Does anyone know what type of case he's trying in Comal County? Because I can reset this hopefully when he's completed that and we can come back to court.
So I've spoken with Mr. Folsom and he would like the attorney to be reassigned at this point. I have spoken with him and he's had very limited contact with his attorney.
Mhm.
So at this point, we just think it's best if he can be reassigned.
All right, so who would it be reassigned to?
Your Honor, I spoke with Mr. Folsom, just because I know the MAC came in, having some complaints about his counsel at the moment, regarding discovery and also requesting that some motions be filed that haven't been filed. So I don't mind, Your Honor, if the court would like to place me on the case to represent him. That way we can hopefully speed things along, get some things filed and address his case timely.
All right. So then I'll have the MAC reassign then. Is that what you're requesting?
Yes, ma'am. Thank
All
you.
right, so we're gonna go on the record briefly. The court is calling 2024 CR 009026 State versus Randy Folsom. Are you Randy Folsom?
Yes, ma'am.
Could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record.
Randy Wayne Folsom.
All right, so you were scheduled here today at 9 a.m. the defense counsel that was assigned to you is currently in jury trial in Comal County. My understanding is that managed assigned counsel has had an opportunity to confer and speak with you. Is that correct? And are you asking that another attorney be assigned?
Yes, ma'am.
And so you're asking that your current defense attorney be removed as your attorney of record?
Well, yes, ma'am, because there's really.
No.
record.
I,
Okay,
here,
thank you.
let me just tell you. So this is what I don't allow. I don't allow people to speak ill of anyone when they're not present to respond. And that goes not just for people speaking ill of attorneys. I don't like for attorneys to say anything negative about their clients either. So I just don't allow that.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's why I'm just asking you these specific questions. Now, it's the court's understanding that you've had a chance to speak with managed assigned counsel, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And then the person that they're bringing in is Renee Munoz. Are you requesting that he represent you?
Yes.
All right. The person who's standing behind you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Then I'll follow through, and Mac, you can reassign, of course, who you wish to reassign. And I will have I'll have your previous defense counsel withdrawn.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. And we can go off the record. So what we'll do is we'll reset this. And this will just be to make sure that you have discovery.
Yes, Your Honor.
I can bring you back on November 18th, 19th, or the 21st.
November 18th, please, Your Honor.
Okay, so we'll come back on November 18th. If your attorney wishes for you to be brought over sooner, all he has to do is let the court know.
One further matter, Your Honor. If I ask the new counsel and to file a motion for bond reduction, and that gets e-filed accepted, maybe we approach the court for a potential setting before this November 18th date.
Yes, if you'll, there's issues with the system. So once you file it, if you'll just let Ms. Ferguson know, and she'll put it on the docket, and it can be placed on the docket before that date.
Great, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.